This isn't just a drink we're drinking. This isn't just a song we're singing. This isn't just a Friday night that flies right by, never to be seen again. This isn't just an ordinary crowd. This isn't just time we're wasting now. When they talk about the good old days with a smile on their face, this is what they're talking about. Remember this night forever.
If you were looking for Memes of the Week number 12, you are in the right place. I'm your co-host, Jason of Awake Souls, and I'm joined by the host with the most, Ronnie Harris. How you doing, brother?
I'm great, man. Happy to be here, bro. It's Friday, April 8th. It's now 8:05. How you doing, man? How was your day?
Oh, it was good. You know, I got some great news. I finished the video today. Tonight, after the hangout, I'm going to hit render on it. Tomorrow it's going to be uploaded and sitting there waiting for release this coming Sunday, and it's going to be on the Beyond Flat Earth channel. So it's going to be 8 p.m. Central this Sunday. There's going to be the premiere of the new video there. It's only fitting. It's the 5-year anniversary of when we released it, and we're going to be going live afterwards. So we'll premiere it at 8 p.m. and then we'll go live right after that. So the two will be back to back on Beyond Flat Earth. So I'm excited.
Double shot, bring it back Beyond Flat Earth, right?
This for me is, kneel down victory. We're not rushing it to the last second. I've got it done, got it ready, and I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, me too. I'm really excited. I'm excited for tonight too. Actually, I'm just like super humbled and thankful. I've just been like blissed out a lot. I've just been blissed out. Ups and downs always, but blissed out. We've got like some super high quality stuff. We put extra time in this week, try to make up for last week's craziness where I lost all my content from my editor, just vanished on New Year's Eve with the sun moon calendar, right? The father's clock. It all disappeared, as well
Hebrew
as all my
calendar, yeah.
tabs. I lost everything that I had as a resource all in one day, which was was it last Friday? Was it the first?
Yeah,
Or was it Saturday?
The new moon sighting. It might have been Saturday evening.
Yeah, I lost everything that day. But you know what? I have to say, you guys, the building it back up has been great. New, fresh stuff, different colors, different styles. Like I'm so excited what we have planned for tonight. There's some really special content. I think what we've seen is basically simplification of like spiritual healing, truth. Everything that we've seen has just been getting easier and easier, including Sunday when we watch your video that you've created, and we've got the trailer. We're going to play that tonight too. Everybody, I love the way you did that. That was the way you had the woman's hand. That whole thing, it's next level trailer content. You literally lifted the entire trailer community of YouTube up with that one video, bro. And I know I'm not trying to, we don't need no praise around here. We've never been men for that. It's just great. I'm excited. You guys know I'm all fired up tonight. When I see this type of content in front of my eyes and this kind of music that we have prepared, it just makes me happy to be doing this. I couldn't be more happy.
Yeah,
what say you, bro?
I mean, that's the reason why I'm here, right? And why did I make the video? I mean, it wasn't for me. If I knew the content well enough to make a video out of it, I already knew it. So there's something that an inspiration that comes where you want to share something, and then when you get into it, you feel led. You feel like things come to you, and you just become the assembler. Like all these things are coming, and you become, you're a DJ or a video disc jockey, a VJ. And so you get to sort through it. So I have fun. I mean, this is a video I've watched so many times, and I'm not sick of it yet.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the clips that I've seen too. I haven't seen them chronologically or anything, but I have enjoyed the content. I think it's your best video ever, right? I'm probably your biggest fan, right? And you're probably my biggest fan. That's just the way that it is. That's why we work together as a team, because we both like each other's content. But yeah, tonight we've got such a blend of like crisp new stuff, spiritual stuff, truth. What else? I wanted to get onto the topic of censorship, because I guess this is sort of therapeutic for me. Call it crazy, in real life I am pretty shy, but I don't always have to be that way. Definitely when I'm playing sports and stuff, but I'm not trying to get all narcissistic. Let me move on to what I really wanted to talk about, and that's the censorship. So last week we missed the memes that I had made where we had a direct hit, where it was a strike that Jason received on his YouTube channel, right? For hate speech, they said, right? And I wanted to talk a little bit about what it's like from the editor's side. So you've got this channel that you've put years and years and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours in, right? Creating content and putting it up. And you're thankful that you have somewhere to put it, because it's a lot of content, right? YouTube is footing the bill for the storage of this invisible, weightless stuff that we call data that's inside the internet. And then they threaten to take that away from you, or Jason can't add chapters. So below the podcast, I would like to put the names of the songs that we've brought and label and name each of the sections in a chapter breakthrough that you can scroll through on the right side. I do that on my, so Jason's in YouTube jail, but Jason's a super vet. He's a lifer. So on your side of the screen, Jason, how did this strike affect you? You give it to me. So you woke up, I had done the morning show, and then you came in and you said, tell everybody how it went.
Got the second strike. I'm out. We're going to be on the Limitless Channel for the next 2 weeks. And then as I thought about it, yeah, it's really the next 3 months, being at 2 strikes again. So, I don't know. It happened at a time where I was working on this video. So I had a project that I was in, and I really haven't thought about it much. So now it's going to come to the point where I can't put the trailer up on my video yet. I can't publish it on my channel yet. So it's going to be on the Limitless Channel. It's going to be on Beyond Flat Earth. And then at the end of the 2 weeks, which is next Friday, I'll be able to put up the trailer. So I'll probably go trailer Friday, video Saturday, so it'll have a Passover release. So there's one neat thing to this. The trailer did get published on the anniversary, the 5-year anniversary of us putting out that original map and model. So that was April 7th, and then it'll the video be released on the 10th, which is the feast of, or not the feast, but it's the triumphal entry. And then on the Awake Souls channel, I'll be able to publish it on Passover. So just the way it came together. Yeah, it's frustrating. Of course, I don't feel like I deserve the strikes. We're very careful with what we say. We're trying to share the truth in a place where that's the most hated thing. So we try to word around things, and sometimes I think the reason why that second strike came is just because it was too spot on. They didn't want to have that record of it left behind, and because it's probably what's coming, right? There was the cyber attack one that was the second strike.
It had everything.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just a cyber attack. It was all the simulations that they've ran that turned into real events.
And the CBDCs,
everything,
all of it.
Right up into the CBDCs, the social credit score systems, and all of it. We had it all combined. I still have the video. I haven't I've been so busy. I haven't finished that one yet, but next week looks promising. So you didn't really say how you felt. You just said what you did.
You so
I video to make.
If I'm doing something, I'm not sitting there thinking or feeling something else. So I can totally distract myself from having to think about negative things by just being busy in something. So I didn't think about it. No.
That's great. It didn't affect you spiritually this time. That's great to hear.
Yeah,
that's great. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. So for me, I learned something new. Well, I didn't learn something new. I've known, but I actually was able to utilize it. So as soon as you take your phone and you go log on to Facebook, all you truth fighters out there that get strikes and have been in Facebook jail like me, as soon as you open your phone and boom, they give you a notification that says you're headed to jail. So what you do is you back out of that screen right away and you go to your camera where you have your memes saved into your phone. And then you just share them onto Facebook from there. And you can do that for a certain amount of time before they finally boot you out. That's a how to post while going to Facebook jail hack. You heard it right here on Memes of the Week. Last time I exposed something on how to use multiple accounts to continue to post to your Facebook, they ended up turning off all of my other accounts. So when I go into Facebook jail, I can't do anything on like any account that I've ever made. But I mean, so that's a hack. If you get thrown in Facebook jail and you want to keep posting, you can just back out. Don't click on anything because it's an agreeing thing. You got to agree to it, right? Oh, blah, blah, blah. I agree to what you're saying. I never agree. What do you guys expect? We live in a world that's founded on lies. What do you think the truth is going to do to the world founded on lies? Jason?
The enemy hates it. They've done everything to suppress it. They create so much disinformation to hide it. So there seems to be some sort of rule in this world that it has to be out there, and so they try to hide it in plain sight by having all this other BS around it and make it impossible for somebody to distinguish what's right from what's wrong. And then they have all these different opinions. You have this side against this side. It's going to be left versus right, or men versus women, and different colors versus different colors, and it's so that they're
not men versus women in sports, bro.
Yeah, no, that.
But no, it is. There is here.
That's
here.
Right. They do have that.
Yeah, you're correct. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's of course it's part of the game. They're trying to hide it, so we try to figure out ways around it where we can still slip it out, and we know that it's never going to be extinguished completely. The fact that it exists right now means that it's not going to be extinguished ever. And then we know that when the Great Tribulation comes and the end of this wicked system happens, that going forward, we're not going to have to worry about disinformation anymore.
No lies. No wicked people either. So how's everybody doing? What else did I want to talk about? Oh yeah. So I was thrown back in Facebook jail. It's been a while, but I guess the meme that I shared was too direct. And the great thing about it is when you get a direct hit, if you put it on multiple places where they censor you, you take it down from the other sites as soon as they tell you what they don't. If YouTube, I left a comment for YouTube If YouTube would tell us the exact moment in time in the video that we violated any of their terms of service, we would kindly take those things out of what we do. We practice walking the razor's edge in actual righteous free speech. So anytime you see anything that we do getting taken down, you know it's absolutely just pure truth, because we don't post anything that's violent. We never advocate for violence, ever. If you could find a clip, please send it. We don't show anything gory. We don't show minors. We don't have any content that's sexually explicit in any way. It's truth content, guys. We just talk about truth. And so I got thrown in Facebook jail for a meme that was way too powerful. You can hear the podcast or whatever after I was fired up. And then again today, just before I went to go live, boom, a notification came up with that same meme again, talking about you violated our violations of our terms of service again, or hate speech or whatever. So I freaked out. I'm like, here we go. So I started posting again. Like I said, you back out before you click on anything. Don't accept anything. Back out, go to your camera, and then you can just keep uploading if you want to let people know, hey, do this, do that. It's a little bit of a fail safe. I just wanted to repeat that. But I was all fired up, man. I enjoyed it. You know, I don't know. There's something about getting censored speaking the truth that it's the fizz for me. I don't know. There's not much else that gives me as much pleasure. There are some things out there that have the possibility of, but getting censored for speaking the truth has to be, I want more notches on my belt for that. I don't ever want to stop. I want to be louder, but you know what? I have good people like YD, the moderator in the chat, and I'm going to stop ranting soon, who says, hey, you got to stay in line. Don't be stupid. Be as wise as a serpent. You have to be able to use the platforms to have your voice heard. You can't ever go too far. And for me, walking that razor's edge is like taming a lion. You want him to just sit there, but if anybody comes at you, you want the lion to kill that person, but you don't want the lion to eat you. This is not an easy job to do. If you've ever seen anyone try to train a lion, you basically have to have it from when it's a pup, when it's just tiny. But anyways, that's what it feels like sometimes, fighting for the truth. And if you haven't been tuning in this week, we went through some disgusting content, you know, stuff I've seen over the years and just reluctant uncovering. And that was it. I had enough. You're going to hear me roar. I'm going to call it out. Someone has to stand up. You know what? I do have to say, this is my last end of my rant, that I'm super, super, super humbled and thankful to see everybody that helped me in any way, that's shared truth in any way, that's been a spiritual person for anyone else in any way. These are the things that are going to be banners hung up into the kingdom, right? These actions that people are taking. So everyone out there that helped me, that you might see something that you might have made that I made, I want you to know that I appreciate all the hard work that you do. People, to share truth, to be loving and to be vulnerable in a realm like this, in a time like this, I don't know, guys. This has got to be the one. If I saw the timeline spread out, and Jason was like, hey, what time do you want to go in and do your thing? I would have said, absolutely. I want to be born in 1980. There's no doubt. There's no other way for me. What's your take on any of the things that I just said?
Let's see here. I'm getting to the point where I'm actually starting to get a high out of the censorship, where it's it's to the point now where the more extreme it gets, the bigger the rush. Like, you put out, you know, if I put out this new video and I was literally the only person to watch it, I would just throw my hands up and say, that's it. Yeah. I mean, you can't go any further than that. So it's a rush. The more censorship, the more ridiculous it gets. You see what they're trying to do. And I know at some point the truth will break out of its confines, and there won't be any stopping it. So I don't know. I've let them bring it on. They can't make it any worse than it is right now.
So we were talking about something earlier about, was it inside the editor? What were we talking about, man? You made some funny jokes. Oh, I should have written it down.
I don't recall.
Oh no, it was so funny. Forgot. Well, I guess we need like a funny clown noise or something when I make a mistake or bring something up that's ridiculous. But yeah, you guys, how you guys doing in the chat? I can see you guys up on the screen. Nice to be here. We got Lisa, YD always, Amber Lance, what up? Becca Shine, How you guys all doing? Jason, so what else is on your mind? So the censorship, I told you guys, boom, Facebook, it hurts. It has a spiritual toll. The YouTube stuff with our videos hurts too. We have an attachment to these things. So yeah, did you want to give any more light on the censorship, what you see and what you think? No? That's it?
Can't think of anything.
You want to get off camera and get going? We got lots to get through tonight. Yeah, so we're gonna watch your trailer first, right?
Yeah, we'll go through the trailer video, and then that's gonna go right into your memes of the week roller, and then we'll get into it. So we'll see you all on the other side of this, everybody.
And now, the wait is over. It's time for Memes of the Week. Sponsored by Aluminum Foil.
Five sons of our actual Rothschild gave an astonishing and uninhibited description of the 19th century Rothschild policy of keeping it in the family.
Yourselves in those senses, position ourselves just in the center. Try to elevate the debate.
Thank you so much.
you're looking at now.
We're breaking the conditioning! We're coming for you, globalists! Coming for you! Coming for you!
And we are back. Wow. Amazing.
Wow. What did you think, brother?
That ending was so super cool. I loved the way it sounded.
Yeah. That was so much fun. That was so much fun, brother. I really enjoyed that. I hope you guys liked it on the other side of the screen. For me, it was just something I'll remember forever. That's for sure. But let me know when we're good to go.
Now all of a sudden the sizing's off.
What? Nothing has changed.
You
have to change it to fix it. Go to thumbnail.
Let's see.
So everybody, was that song a little bit? So most of the meme rollers that we've been making have been like pushing the boundaries with like, dubstep and other types of music.
Can you go to one with the frames so that I can line it up off of that?
Sorry. Yeah, so you've been pushing the boundaries. That one was a little bit lighter. It had a nice kind of roll to it. I enjoyed it. It was shorter, but it was a little summary of what we're going to be going through tonight. We've got some amazing content. I don't even know. Well, I do know. People actually do the work and put it up and share it into the realm. And they're the ones that get the timestamps for this stuff. All we do here is bring you an what do we call them? We're amalgamators? No, amalgamators? Like a aggregate. Thank you, mind. Work with me here. I'm live, right? Are we live?
We are live. And the screen share is all fixed up. And we are good to go.
I'm presented? So, do people know that we're at the dawn of a new age? Do you guys know? Do you know, Jason? That's a silly question.
Well, come on. I'm the guy that knows that it's 2 weeks until the 1260 day count to the Day of Atonement 2025, right? So
okay. It's crazy because the New Agers actually knew this was coming too. It's amazing how truth can come from all facets of life, right? From all the different nations of people. We'll have a good mix, guys. But yeah, I'm really excited. We're at the edge of a new age, new aeon. What kind of the words do you guys want? It's 1,000 years.
The age of Aquarius.
Peace. There'll be no wickedness, right? Age of Aquarius, isn't that not where whatchamacallit is? Venus is going to be in the water spout of Aquarius in the heavenly sky.
Are you referring to the 10th, which is the triumphal entry day?
Oh yeah, bam, we got that one right. Yes. So on that same day, this Sunday, guys, we like to look at the stars in the sky. Call me a bit of a nerd, or I'm weird. I'm a weirdo. I've always been obsessed with the twinkly things in the sky. And they actually are pictures. And on Sunday, Venus, which is the morning star and the evening star, right? It rises in the spout, right in the direct flow of the water bearer, right? As he's pouring the water out. Jason, what say you? And at the same time,
let me get this straight. It's been a little while. So we have the day that Venus enters Aquarius. Is that? I think Venus enters Aquarius on the triumphal entry. And then on the 16th, on Passover, that's when Venus is dead center in the water stream. So
you corrected me. I
figured it. I remembered.
Yes, that's correct. It takes that from the time where he goes from the hip of the water bearer until he's directly casting a shadow down as the water is being poured out. He is right there. We're going to be showing you guys more of this coming up, probably on Sunday, which is the triumphal entry. So if you guys don't know what that is, saw some people asking, some Christians or Catholics or Jesuits, anyone with a tiny heart, no, they call it Palm Sunday because everybody laid the palms down on the ground for the Messiah. And they all shouted, Hosanna, Hosanna of the highest. Have mercy on our souls.
Get this. The crazy thing is that Palm Sunday is actually on a Sunday this year.
Yeah, it all lines up. Sorry, I just blew the mic out there. I got excited. It's all lined up. All the people that we've had to call out for so long, they're all on the same calendar as us.
Well, except remember the official, like if you Google when is Passover, your Chabad.org response is going to be is the day before. So they don't go from the new moon sighting, they go from a no moon, right? They don't do the new moon. And that's just because they don't want to do it on the right day ever.
They didn't even want to say the Father's name. Yahawah, say it. It's not that hard. Let's keep going. Let's get into this, bro. We got so much planned, you guys. We got so much. So yes, this is the dawn of a new age. The seventh day of creation, guys. Woohoo! There is so many things planned that you guys just, we can't wait to get there. I am just like a kid before Christmas morning. You guys have no idea how excited I am, but let's get into this first meme of the night. It says Orwell called them what? Thought police, and big tech calls them fact checkers. Jason, what say you on this censorship topic?
Yeah, thought police. They don't actually stop you from thinking the thoughts, right? You can still think them. They can just keep you from being able to share them. So the fact checkers, the censorship, all that, it's to filter thoughts. They want, some thoughts are destructive to them because they're true. So they're trying to run a new world order sham. And yeah, they don't like the way anybody thinks that's righteous. They want everything to be corrupt and wicked.
Yeah, I don't think I could say that any better than you. So they don't want, so basically in a world built on lies, right? The truth is what gets censored. Always, right? They hate it. They hate it. And again, leading testimony to what Christ said 2,000 years ago, they hated me first.
Well, right? And so there's censorship and fact checkers. It's a two-pronged attack that way. So the fact checkers are there to support all the misinformation that's out there and the stuff that doesn't get censored. So they try to, no matter what, steer people away.
Yes, always steer people away from the truth. And then they'll give somebody with half-truths, and then they'll derail the whole thing and ruin it. Let's go. This one is huge, bro. I really want to get your take on this. I'll read it. It says here, Smart City Concentration Camp. They want you to have an electric car so you won't be able to drive out of your smart city. Why is that chapter point on? Turn off, you. Sorry, everybody. They want you to have an electric car so you won't be able to drive out of your smart city. Plus, the ability to shut it down remotely and track and trace all your movements to determine your so-called carbon footprint. That's what going green really means, guys. It's code for you being limited heavily and super restricted. Jason, what say you?
Well, Elon had his big celebration in Austin at his Gigafactory. And so, yeah, the big push is for the electric cars. He said that their beta, like, hands-free driving stuff is out, and they expect that to be fully implemented this year, is what he said. So automated driving is it's being revealed this year, and what it's going to do is it's going to get rid of the steering wheels in cars, and it's going to get rid of
you got that alarm button in your OBS? Ring it. Alarm.
It's not in this scene.
That's fine. Continue.
But yeah, without petroleum, you're not going to be able to make the long hauls anymore. You're only going to be able to go where you're allowed to charge up. You're only going to be able to go where the places that they tell you that you can go. There's not going to be driving out in the country anymore.
You're allowed the green zone, like 2 miles or 10 miles around your home and your job. You work from home, right? Whatever. You won't be able to go to the yellow zone where the forest is, right?
That's
or the water.
Nothing about that smart to me. That's totalitarian.
I want nothing to do with this stuff. This needs to go. We need to boycott the Smart City concentration camp as fast as possible. Let's keep going. And so it begins. Another one of our crazy conspiracy theories proven to be true. Look at this. Okay, you see this stuff, right? It's unbelievable that we live in a world where the theme park that was created for kids was really created for adults that have a serious problem. Did you want to say anything, or do you want me to just breeze on through?
Well, yeah, Disney's just such a it's one of those topics that you got to talk about women and children in ways that aren't good. So we can just sort of breeze past that one. That's a sticky one.
Let's go. It says here the two-party system for what? What does it say there, Jay?
Dummies.
Both lead to the same garbage bin. Whether it be you left or you right or you're conservative or you're liberal or whatever word you want to name it.
Well, and even if they did put two bags in that, chances are the guy that's picking up picks them up in one truck. Now, I know some of the ultra liberal cities, they actually do go around and pick up separate plastics and compost and this and that. Mm-hmm. It's also a lot of added work. There's everything that we have right now came from the earth, and when you bury it, it's going to become earth again. And as it decomposes, you can actually absorb the gas from it and use that to power things as well.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So let's keep going. Borax. Now, I haven't tried this yet, but it's pretty interesting. Borax, right? I read it wrong on the morning show. Why does it keep doing that to me? It says here, borax, the super cure. In the 1960s, Rex Newnham, PhD, all these other letters, developed arthritis. In that time, he was a soil and plant scientist in Perth, Western Australia. Conventional drugs did not help. So he looked for the cause into the chemistry of plants. And he then realized that the plants in the area were rather mineral deficient too. Knowing that boron acids, calcium metabolism in plants, I think that word is supposed to be metabolize. Boron acids and calcium metabolize well in plants. He decided to try it himself. He started taking 30 milligrams of borax a day, and in 3 weeks, all pain, swelling, and stiffness had disappeared. He told public health and the medical school authorities about his discoveries, but they were not interested. However, some people with arthritis were delighted as they improved. Others were scared to take something with a poison label on the container. It meant to kill us like cockroaches and ants. Eventually, he had tablets made with a safe and effective quantity of borax. Borax can cure and protect you from arthritis, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, bone spurs, calcium deposits, lupus, autoimmune disease, hormone imbalances, fungus / fluoride, candide, ringworm, tinea varuscular, insomnia, rough skin, impotence. Impotence, huh? Morgellons and chemtrails. Jason, what say you on this one?
Yeah, there's a lot packed into it. So I don't really like talking about cures and super cures too much.
Yeah, we don't have to give our opinion. Want to just move on?
Yeah,
because I know it's again
super cure type guy.
It's against the rules, but it does need to be covered. This one here says it takes absolutely nothing to join the crowd, to follow along. Hey, where's everybody going? But it takes everything to stand on your own. But when you stand on your own, you actually have an accompanying army with you that's larger than anything we could ever imagine. Jason, what do you think of this next meme?
Well, we've covered this from multiple angles. The that lone person that starts to dance, and then the next person that comes along, it eventually leads to a whole group of people dancing, but it takes that first lone person to do that. So it's a unique type of character that's going to do it. It's funny, I had just gone through my Google News and got hooked on some article that had to do with the stereotypes of the alpha, beta, delta, gamma, and sigma. All right. So I guess there's 5 of these stereotypes, and 2 of those end up being the leaders. There's the alphas that are leaders, and there's the sigmas that are leaders. And 2 different ways of going about leading. I actually took the test, and I tested out as a sigma. So that's the lone wolf,
interesting,
independent type of leader, whereas the alphas care greatly about the perception. They care about the perception, where the sigmas don't care about the perception. So I get to add a little alpha, sigma, beta, delta, gamma to this.
Yeah, put no labels on the Limitless character. Sorry, they don't stick to me, bro. Teflani, you know, I don't like labels for anything. But I like the way you said it. It's funny. And, you know, a tree does its roots, it grows up, makes its branches, it's got its leaves, and then there's sometimes fruit and flowers on them. It is what it is, right? We could try to come up with human words to try to explain it, but it just is going to be what it is. As long as it's natural and desiring and doing what it needs to do, let's keep moving. This one's more important. I think you want to look at this one, Jason. It says Almighty God, or duh. Because they're afraid
you can't pronounce
they
that.
Put periods in between each of the characters.
But they put the O in. It's better when they put the hyphen in. So
yeah, when it's just gold, oil, and diamonds it stands for, though. Ooh, did you know? What did you know? It says the Rockefellers here. They doing that here. Who's this? Oppenheimer. That's Diamond Guys. Elon Musk, you brought up. The bumbling Elon Musk. Now, I don't know if there's something wrong with him, but what a horrible performance. I have to say, I'm a little bit disappointed in what he put out. It was bad. You know, I did have stuff to do today, but when you brought it up and showed me, we watched it a little bit last night, but I ended up working until like quarter after 11, getting ready for today. But I did notice that he didn't even have a basic understanding of his own products. He was mumbling. He was losing his thoughts when he was trying to explain his own vehicles and his own factories. It was insane. But, you know, they really did build a nice, huge factory. It would be a shame if the father did just flip that over to righteous people, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it'd be a shame. I think it would be cool.
Glorifying.
Yeah.
Right? That's the kind of thing the guy I serve does, just so you guys know. But yeah, what do you think of this meme, brother? Let me hit one.
So I look at any sort of commodity, you know, like gold, oil, diamonds. So the absurdity to me is that somebody that's born into this world for a short period of time can somehow own what the earth provides, right? We get deed, we get contract to a piece of land, and that piece of land has gold or oil or diamonds in it. So it's this possession and ownership, and now all of a sudden you distribute this to the rest of the world. That's an absurdity. I mean, it was here before you got here. It's going to be here after you leave. And, you know, the earth is what provides all this stuff for us. So using these commodities as a currency to make people into an elite class where they get to rule over others and they get to have everything and everybody else doesn't, by the fact that they own some contract, is an absolute absurdity to me. There's none of these people have right to it. It's ours. I mean, the fact that there's borders on these countries it's all illusion, right?
But not ours. Everyone's. All the righteous people, the children of the spirit of life. He did not draw these lines on this map or put any of these colors on here. He painted it with his colors, right? These people come and draw these lines on here and try to say, this is now called Iran. You can't come into our country unless you come talk to these people, right? You got to pay this amount. You know, when I first got to Texas, Jason and I were thinking, hey, we might have to go to Jerusalem. Now, my whole life I wanted to go there, but I couldn't because of the whole Gaza thing. It would probably kill me. But again, I tried to see what it would be like. They're like, nope, you can't visit here. I was like that 2 tabs in. They were like, you don't qualify. So you can't even go to a bunch of places in the realm because these people here that have this stuff where they print it, they call it money. You need to have it to survive. They draw these lines on the ground and we're against them. They need to be taken off. We need some anti-spray paint remover. What do you say?
Yeah, the lines, the fact that, I own all the diamonds, or, I own all the gold. See, we put in the mental perception that those things have certain values to them. We've already heard the Ashkenazi types mention how they have so many diamonds that if they put them all on the market, that they would be as cheap as a dozen roses. So
yes,
they do the scarcity thing, and then they have the areas under contract that are rich in these things, and it's how they've come to rule the world.
Yeah, the same tactic over and over again. And the monopoly of things. Let's keep going. It says here, are they afraid to die? She asks. And he says, no, they're afraid to live. It's so sad, you guys. We've never been in a time period where I've seen so many people that are just scared for their lives. They don't believe that they were created to breathe fresh air. They think it's going to kill them. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, well, it's sad. I mean, even in places where the restrictions have been removed, you still see them, and so it's because people are afraid. It's because they're afraid, and it's sad because they're not. The last 2 years has taken away people's ability to live a decent, normal life. It has, except for the people that are set up to be enriched by this whole thing. So there was trillions of dollars that got printed. Supposedly we're on the hook, the American taxpayers, for paying all this money back, and so trillions of dollars were printed for this, and that went into people's pockets. They spent that money. No,
And they're still spending it on nonsense.
I don't feel the effects of it, but somebody does.
Yeah, it's horrible, man. Have you seen was it Portland? It was gross, bro. Like I said, this week was tough. It was tough. There were some tough journalistic moments out there, but I enjoyed it because there's so many people that are living on the side of highways and campers and broken down vehicles, and it just makes me sick. And then Baltimore too. It's just like, I can't even believe there's a city like that. My heart just like, ooh. And people here too, all over the place. Under bridges, breaks my heart. But look at this one, Jay. You want to read it?
Love is not what you say. Love is what you do.
What do you think of this one?
Actions speak louder than words. So, yeah, not only did you think of something, you did it. You initiated it. You thought of something, then you did it. And so now it's become actuated. It has a reality to it. And so it's an expression. Then a person can actually see that there's probably something behind what was said, or what was thought. The fact that it was carried through.
Well, to me, yeah, that's well said, brother. Well said. To me, when someone's to ask, oh, so-and-so, does he love me or something? When people say to somebody, oh, I love you, to me, I would rather somebody see the actions that I do in this realm so that they don't need to even ever ask me. It's like, it wouldn't even need to be said because I'd rather build. So they asked the apostles, is faith, what's like, do we need to be the law or do we need to have faith? And he basically said, or works. Are we saved by faith alone with the Father's grace, which is there? So he sent his son for that grace. Or are we saved by our works? And he said, I will show you my faith through the works, that you will believe that the Father has sent me. That's what the message was being said back then. And you could tell, you could see someone's heart if they're true and honest. And this place is going to be filled with righteous people like that again. So to me, it's a beautiful meme because love has to be earned. It's things you can have timestamps for and memories created, internal things that you build together. It's and we're going to do this forever. There's a theme tonight. If you notice the first song, it's talking about forever. We're going to remember this night. Somebody take you a screenshot. Anyways, let's get into the next meme. Unless you had something else to add.
No, I'm good.
Thanks. Okay. Love who? Yourselves. You have to love yourself, both light and darkness. Unconditionally love yourself in this moment right now and in every moment moving forward. That is the key to healing. What does this mean to you, Jason?
Both light and darkness. Unconditionally love yourself in this moment and every moment. So I'm going to take the light and darkness as literal, day and night. because once a person starts raising their what would be the right term, their level of consciousness, the darkness just disappears. So you're always in light, but so day and night unconditionally love yourself. And we keep talking about how there's the one instance of now that's real. It's the moment that keeps ticking by like a playhead. And so in that space all the time, unconditionally love yourself. And wow, you're at an amazing place right there.
Well said. Yes, pointing it out. This moment, the moment of now, and then every other moment after that moving forward. Now, loving both light and darkness, I can talk about this because we have been, someone said, hey, why don't you post more Christian stuff? And, you guys are so gifted with that, people will be saying. And so if you see a reference to both light and darkness, listen, do you not think the one who was given the lamb of salvation for mankind, do you not think that he knew what darkness was? You guys not think that he tasted of that and understood it and felt it as a human, but yet he was still found righteous enough to be the sacrifice for all of salvation?
Well, and you can't be immune to the darkness. You can't, even though if the darkness isn't in you, it's all around you, right? So
we're in a realm of darknessness. Right? Is that what you're saying? Yes. You can't get away from it. Every day
you're going to bump into somebody who is darkness, and you're going to have to deal with darkness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Very well said. So you just balance the two. You have to love both unconditionally by not suppressing things. This is a very important meme. I really like the way that it's written. I really enjoyed that. But we are at 9:00 again. It's Friday, April 8th. We are approaching the triumphal entry date, which is on Sunday. Hosanna, 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 the highest. It's going to be great, right? The symbolism of a mighty, mighty king riding on a young donkey. He could have destroyed the whole realm. But he was humble and meek. That was the lesson that he was giving everybody, that whole path that he took. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. And this is a beautiful meme. And we've got a pretty cool song planned for you guys to listen to. Jason can take it to thumbnail whenever he's ready, and then we'll come back after that. This song's great.
Yeah, I'm just going right to song. I'll give you the share.
What's that? Okay, everybody, we'll see you after the break.
Blind devotion, empty notion. Like a roaring ocean, slow in motion. Lay down your troubled mind, we are only guide, and will kindly cease to be, as we intertwine with the universe and its
And we are back. I hit the wrong scene, but we are back.
Yeah, that was a great track to get you guys moving. The next ones are going to be a little more chilled out. The last one's really good too. You guys don't just click off right away. We try to get content and messaging and truth in every part of the podcast. So we're back. Here we go. This is Memes of the Week, number 12. We're talking about the most censored in the realm. Excuse me. It doesn't matter. Whatever. I want y'all to be more censored. I want to fight with you guys too. That's what matters the most. I'm just going to do it. So here we go. It says it's a lot easier to tell yourself you're a hero, these people, than it is to realize, except for you, Seth. Sorry, bro. Than it is to realize you've been complicit in the biggest fraud in what?
World history.
Mm-hmm. Jason?
There's so many big frauds. How could you say that this one's the biggest? I mean,
this one's pretty big.
But everybody thinks that
they never shut the whole world down before.
There are more people that realizes that this is a fraud than realize that spinning through space is a fraud. So there's big frauds out there.
Yeah, the spinning ball Earth is a huge deception. Yes,
having a debt-based monetary system, that's fraud. The entire
NINE, right? The whole entire inflationary system.
Yes, debt-based fiat currency.
The whole thing.
That's fraud.
The whole thing.
That is fraud.
Set up to create fraud. Let's keep going. Listen here. It says the truth can only offend those who live the truth. No, it says those who live a lie. Listen, I'll tell you guys, one of the best feelings I have when I go to sleep at night is that I know that, hey, today, it doesn't matter how bad I did or whatever, as long as I didn't lie and I just told the truth all the time, I won.
Yeah, you get a check mark for that day.
Yes,
like a gold
star. I put a check mark down. You know, when I was in public elementary school, I used to have to get a stamp on my behavior for the day. But if I didn't get the stamp, I got in trouble. So now it looks like it flipped. I flipped the tables. Guess what? That's what we do. We flipping up them tables. Now I actually want the stamp myself. I actually judge my own self. I don't need a teacher. If I have a tantrum, I say to myself, I had a bad day. And I go to bed and I pray to be forgiven. And I wake up and I give thanks again. And that the Father's kingdom come. That's the first thing I ask for. Come on, let's go. Let's get rid of these wicked people. I do that every day, and then it doesn't matter. If I fall down, get a bloody nose, I get back up and I do it again. So Jason, what do you think?
Well, here we can see how the truth being a two-edged sword actually works. So people that hear the truth that get offended, right, are those that are caught up in some sort of lie somewhere. So feeling the offense at the truth shows a person where they're wrong. And so that's where it hurts. They get offended when you tell them the truth, right? Because they believed a lie. And so that's the power of the truth being a two-edged sword. It cuts with the fact that it is. And then the people that believe otherwise, they're also offended. They're hurt by it.
You know, I just realized, are these your so-called typical Easter colors?
The what?
Easter colors. I don't even like using the word.
Oh, I don't know. Are they?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I don't know. Maybe
well, it's not Easter, so let's remember not to use these colors on Easter.
No, hey, you know who you're talking to here. They call me what?
I'm gonna have a frame with rabbits and Easter eggs.
If I want to, you would support it. I would do it righteously. Again, everybody, they like the big debate. There's a huge debate amongst like the Torah observant camp and the whole like believing in Jesus camp. Right? They debate. Is the Jesus camp's like, look, he broke the law, but he was still found accounted one. He was worthy to be the lamb, the sacrifice for all mankind. And then the people that follow the law are like, hey, what do you mean? That totally breaks everything that we were under. Right? He wasn't this word that everyone likes to use, perfect. That word perfect doesn't even exist. So the debate that goes on between the two sides is what you need to understand is what in your heart. He came here and told us it was about how you loved people and how you loved yourself. You had to clean your own eye out first. You had to do the shadow work before you could go and heal other people. And I don't know, it's not an easy path. There's a lot of suffering and pain, but you know what? Through a lot of perseverance, suffering, and pain, some of the most beautiful people are born. Look at this meme, Jay. It says, what do you think, Jason? Do you think he broke the law by, you know, healing people on the Sabbath when you weren't even allowed to carry your kids? They said, right? You weren't allowed to lift anything.
He came to institute a new law.
New covenant that we're going to celebrate, that we call the bread and wine covenant. There's a reason. Let's get into this. When you want to travel in 2022, they say, yeah. Let's say whoop, there goes travel.
The funny thing is this isn't even the worst of it. So because
just one step.
Not only are you subject to the full body search, you're also subject to having a full body scan. You're also subject to having to have had certain things put into your body that there is a record of as well. They actually want to have you digitally attached to that record, so that not only do you have to check out this way, you got to check out, you know, as far as you've got all your proper things, right?
And for all you truthers that are suffering from psychosis, Jason said all that at NINEONEONE, and that minute is just about to change. If I'm correct. It's not. It's proving me wrong. But yeah, that was pretty good. I like the way you broke that down. But yeah, they've taken away travel for a long time, for a lot of us, for anybody that's not going along with the govern your mind people. Let's keep going here. It says here, this one says the system is starting to crack. Push. What say you, Jay?
Yeah, it brings up an interesting philosophy of trying to bring about the end times. So we've heard that the enemy is working. They're trying to get to the end times because that brings about their antichrist, and we want to get to the end times. There's a whole bunch of people that want it to crack. They want to see the break. They want the change, and we've been seeing the signs of it getting ready to crack for a long time. So it's going to actually crack when the Great Tribulation begins. So we're just that right there is probably set to the celestial calendar, right? There was probably a day chosen. It's going to begin on this day. So it just means that we're inching closer and closer and closer. And it's this Passover season that really rings all the bells. Like, so this is the last Passover that Israel can be 80 before the end of the Great Tribulation. If it were to go past this, then Israel would be 81. Sure, could it happen? Absolutely. But 80 sure does sound like a great fulfillment, right?
Yeah, it does. It all makes sense. It all lines up, but it doesn't matter. We're still going to fight for truth and righteousness no matter what takes place. As sure as the sun's going to rise, we're going to get back up and fight for truth and freedom. This one here says, Dad, if socialism doesn't work, why do some people still support it? Because they don't work either, son.
That would be the reason to support socialism.
You can't spell socialism without CIA. You've already heard this one. But anyways, we wanted to put it in there. This one is interesting. Look at all this mining they have to do and transporting all this stuff so that they can build you your battery chained spiritually corded 10 miles to your house vehicle that they could turn off and track at any point. And you violated our speech, your hate speech. Your car doesn't work today, Ronnie. Like, I don't want to live in this world. Come on.
Electric cars would be fine if we just put an alternator in them that kept them charged all the time, and we didn't have to
the ringer
pay for electric to refill them.
You think Elon Musk can hear us through the morphic fields?
Like, all you have to do is run your car once a month to make sure that the batteries don't die.
Elon, through solar panel, materials, and what Jason just outlined, alternators on the tires, and through your braking, yes, people, braking creates a lot of friction, a lot of power. You just always have a working charged vehicle. You just get in it and go. And if that's not enough for you, right, all you need to do is convert your car. You put what's in it called a fuel cell, where you just electrocute water, and then the gas, it separates the water into hydrogen, and then you just burn the hydrogen like you do gasoline, and it creates it on demand. It's absolutely safe. The engine blows up, it implodes, and it wouldn't blow up any more than or any less than any engine already on the market. So this is what we would like to talk with Elon Musk about. If he's the smartest man in the realm, he's all about Greenpeace and all this electric cars and making everybody safe. We first need to get shut off any of his mind thinking that any of the cars are going to be mandated to have driverless. We need all obviously boycott it right now and do it as hard as we can, right, Jason? Like, I don't want to have a vehicle that won't let me go to the forest or the lake or whatever I want to go. I don't want.
No, I know. To be handcuffed like that, because we can't get across the oceans without being, you got to have the passport. You got to follow all these rules and regulations as far as that, to just be able to travel around within the borders of your country. That's just a little bit of freedom, right? But now with electric, they can take that away. So it's very disheartening.
Absolutely. This one says, I care more about your soul than your feelings. This one's good. This is good. Jason?
Yeah, I'm not really concerned about a person's feelings as long as they make it into the new world. I have a feeling that we can get over it at some point. Whatever the bad feelings are about.
Limitless forgiving.
But at least the person's there to be able to have that opportunity. So you can't be too concerned about hurting somebody's feelings if you're doing it for their eternal life.
Yeah, that's what you want. That's what you want to get. That's what you want. That's what we want to. We care about your soul. Let's go. We got so much. This one says, quote, conspiracy theorist. Like, freak out like the character here on the screen. Somebody say that it was a Death Faker, caliber hitter, you guys, if you know who he is. He's an old school troll. He said that Anthony Antonello was, it's Chris Farley, but it says a derogatory name for a person who researches a subject, then uses logic and critical thinking to form an educated opinion instead of blindly believing what they see or hear on the television. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, it's a CIA MK Ultra term. They come up with labels for people that are derogatory, and then through having control of the media, they just use that to mind control everybody into thinking that these people are idiots and to not pay attention to it. So they conspiracy theorists is the biggest and broadest of all these, and they have more subtly honed ones. When we were going against the Freemason New World Order AE map and model, they came up with Pac-Man, right? It's Pac-Man. Yes. So they'll use these buzzwords, these labels to shun people and to put
debate tactic. It's a distractionary tactic, like saying someone's white. It's a distractionary tactic. So is the word conspiracy theorist. Now I use it as a badge.
Yeah.
I say to people, are you a conspiracy theorist? Oh, if you say that you are, I first ask you the first two things I ask you.
Yeah.
You believe in the cerveza, but I don't say that word. And the next word is, what do you think the shape of this realm is? Those are the first two things I ask someone that tells me they're a conspiracy theorist. What say you?
Yeah, I do wear it as a badge as well. In the casual conversations, if I get a decent person to talk to, I'll let them know that I'm a conspiracy theorist, and that's my code. That's my lingo for, I don't believe everything that's on the mainstream media. And you get to see the reaction of the other person and see how they take that. If it turns them off, well then, yeah, you know that you don't have anything else to talk about. But if that lights them up, now all of a sudden, like you said, it's you start asking questions. You figure out where they're at.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Well said. Yeah, the CIA created this term. We can flip the tables again. Let's keep going. It's Friday, April 8th, everyone. 2022. How about you? It says, so easily controlled, aren't they? I stand Slava Ukraina. Trust the science. I've had my cerveza. Have something. Stay home. Save lives. Hashtag me too. He's got his Band-Aid on and he's wearing a BLM hat. What do you think, bro?
That sums up a big chunk of the woke crowd. If you only had a flag, rainbow flag on him, I think he would be complete.
There is one, bro. There's one right there. And I forgot the dog treats. Right. It's good art. It's good art, right? Let's keep going here. Oh, boom. Bang. Disney had to stop on their cruise line at this island.
Are you serious?
Oh, yes.
Come on. Where did you get that?
Yes, it's true. I shared
Disney had to stop.
Yes. Rise and grind. If you guys haven't heard, I get up at 7 a.m. Well, I get up earlier than that, but we covered it extensively.
Oh.
Yeah. It said there was a Disney excursion to the St. James Island, right? It was, I was like, wow. Oh, I got so sick. And you know what? All those tortured beings are going to get so comforted. Can't wait. Now we get into something more serious time. This one says healers. Healers are not perfect. Perfect is not even a real word. Healers are people who have stared into the face of pain and suffering and found themselves staring right back. They create themselves through all the adversity. I'm going to read the second part of this and then we'll go back. It says healers. When we get back up after being broken, we inspire others to do the same. Healers do not necessarily have to even heal others. What we do is heal ourselves, and that inspires others to do the exact same thing.
Okay. Are you there?
Yeah. I'm
okay.
Letting the moment ring out for you to speak.
I gotcha. Well, could we go back to the one before it? That was a lot to absorb. But I love the fact that the meme points out that perfection, it's a false concept. We talk about that so often. If you're striving for perfection, you're going to be in trouble, because there is no such thing. Now you can be righteous, you can do everything without lying, cheating, stealing, but perfection is completely in the eye of the beholder, as far as, you know, what the best color is, or what the best song, or whatever it is, the best place to live, the best vacation, you name it. Everybody's going to have a different opinion of what perfect is. So I love the fact that it doesn't have that. So creating through all the adversity, that right there. So it's actually a path of suffering, right? So through the adversity, the person that overcomes, this is their own path. So it's not like they're actively thinking about healing others at this time. They're going through the adversity, and as they go through that and become stronger and better and more confident and work on themselves as a person, what they are now emanates a higher level of love and compassion and ability to manifest all around them. So just by who they've become, now all of a sudden they are earning the right to being called a healer. because of what they're doing. So through their own adversity, they've acquired this. My first name, Jason, means healer. So I've thought about this a number of times.
So you like this one? This one makes sense to you, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Checks the box. And then the second half of it, I'll commentate after you. Remember this page too.
Yeah, so healing yourself, right? You do the healing by what you've become. That's how the healing happens. So the more dedicated, the more you've made yourself, the more powerful the healing can become, and that is available to the people that you then share it with. So through the things that you're communicating with, the things that you do, the things that you say, now all of a sudden they have a power because you've acquired that power through the dedication and work that it takes to have that power. So
yes.
Yeah, healers are they're an important person to have around, right? Be in the presence of a healer, it'd take a lot of load off of you.
Yeah. The righteous, the Father, when he sends healers to heal the people, like he does it so that his name is glorified, right? So again, what this meme is saying is that to heal other people, you must first heal yourself. Right? That's what creates inspiration. Other people can feel it. Listen, I keep saying to everybody all these things like the kingdom of heaven is not up in the sky because this bird here of flames would beat you to it. That bird might anyways, just saying. It's not in the depths of the ocean or the deepest hole you could drill. The kingdom of heaven is inside of us. So when you heal you can heal everyone else, right? And setting boundaries and discipline and pushing yourself to be better every day and to know that, yes, we're both light and dark. We fall, we make mistakes, we say stupid things. Now, the harder we practice the discipline and the more we love ourselves, we can then heal other people. We become lights unto the world, as bright as the stars in the sky. So this is a very important meme to me. For me, being a healer is not something that I want a title of. It's something that I want to just do. Don't even want people to even say this word around me. I want people to heal around me. I beg for it.
Well, the title
not a joke.
The title is given by the person that's benefited from it. So, you can just be you and do you, right? And then if somebody picks up something from you that benefits them and they feel healed from it, now all of a sudden that person's gonna refer to you as the person that healed them. So that's
I don't care about that either.
No,
that's
but it's just natural. It's because of what you are and what you do. Then somebody else who's benefited by it, they have to refer to the person that benefited them. So now all of a sudden you start acquiring the title of healer. So the more people you end up helping, the more you'll be recognized as being a healer. It's just the two go hand in hand. There's nothing egotistical about
well, there is absolutely no egotistical anything when it comes to healing other people. This is something that, again, we do by healing ourselves. Right, Jay? You know this. You work on your own discipline more than anybody I know. You're very mentally disciplined. I'm not trying to build you up again.
No.
I'm just saying you get this. You get this. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't heal other people or take care of them. But again, the healing thing is, every person that's injured, every person that I see that has something wrong with them, I just wish every single person, I take it up before the Creator. I said, hey, why can't you just heal this person right now? I know you can do it. And that's all I ever want. A lot of my life, whenever I see anybody in pain or hurt or anything, that's just who I am. And I want to inspire other people to do the same thing. You're just like me. We're all children under Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
We're all
Shine,
brothers and sisters.
Becca Shine brought it to the ability to heal others like in a physical way. And
but that's what I'm talking about.
But I mean, wouldn't it be amazing to be able to touch a person
and spiritually,
and then that the energy flows and they feel the healing? That's the kind of stuff that took place when Yahawahashai was here.
That's right.
And that is the type of thing that's going to happen again. So we are going to get to see this again, that type of healing.
Well, that's what I pray for.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. This one says Paramount Pictures, Mount Hermon, subliminal message, truth in plain sight. Now I'm going to zoom in on this one. See if this looks better. Oh, way more than that. We're going to read. I lost the border. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try to keep it in the center. It says here, the logo of Paramount Pictures starts off with 22 stars falling and coming down to a mountain. The stars represent the watcher angels falling from heaven. And the mountain represents Mount Hermon, the mountain they landed on. Why 22 stars, you ask? Well, 22 of the angels are named in the book of Enoch personally as conspirators of the pact they made on Mount Hermon to corrupt humanity and to create abominations.
Wow. So straight shout out to the 22 fallen that made the pact that got named. So boy, to be one of those 22 names, you're in a bad spot, right? And then you have companies like this that, their design is based around the worship of these 22. So we can see who is in control of the media. So there's a good chance that within this company, one of them is on the board, right?
So what you're suggesting is it's not only righteous people reincarnate. These people too, they've been bound here. And they hated us right from the start, but that's okay. What else could you say about this one, brother? Let's do two more. Let's go through with what I can say is you need to get you the book of Enoch. I've been handing it out on Facebook like free. Here you go. I handed it out to 2 different people last night, as well as the link to the video that you're producing. Enoch is the righteous scribe. He was translated into heaven because he was so righteous. You want to get you a book of Enoch quick. Read it to your whole family. Read the book. Read it. I beg you on my knees. I would get down on my knees right now, but I mean, it would probably be weird. But anyways, this is a big book. I've been heavily into this book for many years. We'll just say that. So just make sure you guys read it. We've read it here twice. Maybe we'll read it again. I can't say anymore. Let's go a little quicker here. Oh, I got to go out of Zoom. This is gross. We got to go through a few gross things and then we'll move on. I don't know if anyone in the chat, I bet you YD could probably tell me, is this his granddaughter? Like a 16 or 17-year-old girl? He's kissing on the lips. Now, I don't know. It makes, I don't like it. I don't know. It's super weird. This is what they're trying to promote and normalize is old men and really young women because these people have serious mental issues. Right?
Well,
maybe they weren't
and not
cool
just,
when they were younger. I don't know.
Not just younger women, but don't leave the boys
I
out
know.
of this.
I know. Do you have anything to say about this?
It's gross, disgusting.
Oh man, I gotta
The
get
people
sick.
behind this will be dealt with, and yeah, they're going to be dealt with.
Okay, let's go. This next one here says the alien agenda. Since the 1950s, Hollywood has actively pushed the alien agenda, which has conditioned the masses to embrace the arrival of so-called space aliens. The result, in Britain today, there are more ET believers than Yahawahashai believers. How about that? Smoke that. And if you got them, light them up. We're going to have a song after this meme. We do promote marijuana and CBD oil in this podcast. It's sponsored from the Heavenly Father, Yahawahashai. And it goes on to state, and in America, a person is 3 times more likely to believe in, quote, aliens, end quote, than have a biblical worldview. Your worldview matters. That's what Jason's video is going to be about on Sunday. Literally your reality. In a video mapped out in multiple different ways. Let me continue. In 2014, Pope Francis said he totally baptized Martians if one landed on the Vatican. They made this up. These guys, guess what they've got upon their head? What do we talk about on this channel all
The
the time?
itty bitty hats.
The miniature things up there covering the dome of their head. They're the ones who try to promote physicality through a physical dome in the sky too. Don't you be fooled. The alien disclosure goes on to say all of the ET propaganda has prepared us for, quote, alien disclosure, end quote. The moment the UFO lands, people will be ready to rewrite the scriptures. Whatever the holographic thing they do or mentally projected into your mind, whatever technology that they're working on, these 5G towers need to go. The moment the UFO lands, it says, they'll be changing the scriptures up. Yeah, Yahawahashai hath not been the creator. This alien said they are. And it says the scriptures tells us who these, quote, aliens, end quote, or if those are black hearts, I don't know. I like them. It says they are the fallen angels that we just have been talked about right here. So pull your chair up, everybody. Have a look, get a good look at what the fallen angels are doing too. They've been promoting this. You know, they actually used radio towers and voice to skull technology on a lot of North American citizens. You can get that video on Truth Stream Media on YouTube. They subliminally implanted alien encounters into people's minds. And they did it on the regular radio stations, and they did it in the video and the TV stations. They just promoted it. And now they're getting people ready for what they're going to do, the alien invasion. But, you know, I sometimes think the alien invasion has been the cerveza. That has been the thing that...
I've heard that angle.
Well, George Bush said it was just one. We need, or was it... who was before Bush? It wasn't Clinton and all that. Was it Bush Daddy? Who said the whole world just needs one, you know, collective calamity for it to then rise together to defeat it. That's what we need, this great devastation to happen. That's what the president was saying. And then we would all rise together. So the cerveza thing is more of your invader, your invisible enemy, your quote unquote alien. It's here. Surprise. So if you want to take the screen share and put it on thumbnail or however you want to do it, but we've got, okay, this song's called Faded. It's brand new. All these songs we picked like 6 o'clock today, Central Standard Time. So I don't even really remember this song that much, but I did remember it moved me. I thought it was a cool groove. We're going to wind it down. The last song's about changing an era, but this one here is just cool. It's called Faded. Hope you guys enjoy it, man. Thanks for being here tonight. I hope we're getting some truth out there.
Absolutely.
That's my goal. I'm grading myself, if you guys want to know.
We'll see you on the other side.
Really fuck
And we are back.
And that was Faded by Oscar. That's still smoking. It's so hot off the press. What you guys don't understand here is that somebody not that long ago said to me something like, show me something new. Jason, what is the one thing? A friend of mine.
Okay.
What is the most important thing that me and you both agree on usually is that we like to make things new again. We're constantly looking for new things, try new things, to learn new things. Like that's what we're going to do forever, right? That's how forever goes. There has to be something new constantly. So that's what inspired me to actually do all of this stuff, to make the memes of the week and to make a morning show, all this stuff. Somebody inspired me by just saying, hey, show me something. I want you guys on the other side of the screen. You guys, you can do something too. You could make videos. You can film anything in your town. The creativity is something that's beautiful. You can write. Joseph's been writing some amazing poems. You guys, I want to promote inspiration for you guys to be alive again. And we've been sharing like finding what you desire again. And usually the things that we love to do, we usually do them better. But this meme's beautiful. It says plants to grow indoors for air purification. And I already gave a disclaimer for YD. So you didn't like the house plants because they would have bugs or whatever. But I do like house plants. This one here is my favorite smell. Obviously, I have a song called Lavender and what? Red Wine. Jason, these plants help breathing. You not think that the Father would create air filters?
Yeah, purifiers. Well,
Purifiers.
we live in an interesting age. So the plants do collect dust, but they also do purify the air. So they're taking the old, right, the exhale from people and the animals and stuff like that. They're taking that and converting it to the good stuff that we want to breathe again. So yeah, they have HEPA air filters, but the plants are actual regenerators where they're producing more of the air that we need to breathe, right?
Yeah, they breathe in carbon or whatever we breathe out. They turn that into fuel, and then they breathe out oxygen into the realm. But let's get into this. You can plant some lavender. It smells so good. I love the smell of lavender. Mint, money plant, the snake plant. You can get you one of those. Air purify you. Sage, which I absolutely always plant in my gardens. I love the smell of sage. YD could witness to that. Aloe vera would probably go great here. Here's a ding ding for the.
Yeah, you can get some monsters of those things.
You can get some monsters, right? Just monstrous. You guys should see the size of the plants that grow here. It's like you're in a whole other world. It's so crazy for me. I was like, what is that? The thing is like 25 feet tall. And the elephant ears. Oh, my nanny, my mom's mom, who taught me how to garden, I always would ask her, what would you love to grow? Because we grew hostas around her property as edging pieces and centerpieces kind of on our property. She said she always wanted to have elephant ears. When I moved here, we had a garden of elephant ears and I got to work with them and stuff. They were like, boom, so tall. And then boom, here come Harvey, the weather manipulation. These son of a people messing with our weather. They got beat down, but they grew back, right, bro?
Yeah, I remember
I miss them. I miss those elephant ears. I can't believe I'm saying it. That property, bro, that you had on the river, you could, at nighttime when the windows were open, when you didn't have to have the air conditioning on here in Texas, people, you could hear the river flow and just tons of life. And
yeah, it was right at a break in the river where there was itty
bitty
bitty rapids.
We just learned that. What's the name of that? We just studied the name of that. It's not a Yeti. There was another name. Do you remember? I'll put you on the spot. But we did just discuss that. We were looking into that.
Yeah,
but yeah, right on the corner. And another thing that Canadians, we got grasshoppers, right? They get loud. We got some shad flies, however you want to call them, but nothing like what do you call it? I forgot the name.
Cicadas.
These things, they hibernate in the ground for years. They also metamorphosize. They change their shape and stuff, turn into different things. They have this crazy buzz, and it's super relaxing when they come out. But yeah, you know, I'm talking way too much here. We got the peace lily. We got a geranium, rosemary, which I love to eat. Another one that I love. I love. Tulsi, not like the Gabbard one. Chrysanthemum, monstera, thyme, another good one right here. Bamboo palms, Jason.
I think it's thyme.
Thyme. Thank you. Correct me. Bamboo palms.
Mm-hmm.
What's this one say?
Pothos.
Pothos.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pothos or pothos. And ficus. A spider plant. I know a lot of people use spider plants. You grow them all around the walls and stuff. But yeah, you can totally deck out a house so that it has the right type of material. I would love to live in a park garden of my house. You know, that was something that I used to advocate for. Is that the hospitals should be gardens. That's something I always thought of. But yeah, do you have anything that you wanted to add to this? So these plants here are good to put in your house, right? And you can eat a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's natural beauty. It's living beauty. So you can paint a painting, you can take a photograph, but plants are something that you can decorate with. That they do their own thing, right? And they respond to love. They respond to how you care for them. So you can treat them like a pet and decorate with them for sure. Healthy.
Yeah, I definitely was entangled with every plant I've ever grown. Just like a person or an animal or anything else. Entangled. I could feel my plants, but let's continue. Scientism. Satanism without the robes. A financial cult that demands blind faith and unproven theories as absolute truth. How about that one, Jason? Satanism without the robes.
We've been saying it for a long time. Scientism is... Yeah, it's the root of atheism, right? The whole purpose behind it is to have some sort of ability to not believe in having a creator. It's the whole purpose of scientism. And what they say is scientific fact, testable, verifiable, repeatable. They don't share that with people, right? They just make up BS so that everything that people believe is a lie.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Everything that they believe in is unproven. There's no tangible physical evidence of any of it. And they say, how can you believe in this God in the sky? Show me proof of this God. And then they tell you that everything came from nothing in one single moment. Right. And then none of it's based on any facts or any observable evidence, because every time we measure, it's flat and it's stationary. So yes, scientism is the new Satanism, but they take their stupid robes off. They leave the costumes at home. But don't you worry, they put the costumes on. Let's keep going here. We are going to go late. We're not rushing through this. This was manifested in a way that I'm taking my time. This one here, I think, what would you say this word? I think I called it thames. I don't know this word. There's probably a reason why we don't know it.
I think it's Thames.
Thames? Is that like the streets, the river, what, like the
river,
gully?
River Thames is what I'm thinking.
Oh, I was kind of close. I didn't search that, you guys. But it says here, during the 1720 financial crisis, British Parliament debated a resolution for these things to be sown in sacks with snakes and dumped into the rivers. What say you about this one, bro?
It's so funny how we have to talk. The most censored truth meme show. And here we are. We can't even say the word bankers anymore, right?
They'll say hate speech.
Hate speech.
You're racist. Can't say anything about the people who print the money.
Yeah. So all we're doing is relating that the British Parliament debated doing this. So we're not advocating any violence. Nope. We're just
bringing it up. Yeah, tarred and feathers worse. Well, I don't know. They're both just bad. If the situation was hopeless, their propaganda would not be necessary. They have to do the propaganda because they're losing. Don't you be fooled. I know there's a lot of sheeple. What they say in the Matrix, you can have your skies full of rainbows, but I'm taking the NPCs with me. Remember? The Matrix Resurrected. Was that what it was called? That was the famous line. So do you not agree that the only reason they have to do the propaganda is because The situation is
Yeah,
not hopeless.
If
People aren't dropping.
If they had it in the bag, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. So,
it's crazy, right? That's a good one. Let's keep
so
going.
that raises hope.
Yes, that's what we about. We're hope raisers. That's what we want to be. Look at this thing. I would love to sit there. That's an antidepressant. Seeing the beautiful mountains and the valleys, the creation of the place, these little houses down here. Not these things. Although, you know, I don't know. All I can say is I wish we could do more of this one. What do you say, Jay?
Yeah, well, that synthetic word is a buzzword that we've gone after a number of times. Just want everybody to understand that everything that they make, everything that's in that pill came from Earth, right? It didn't come from
It's not synthetic.
It didn't come from some other universe.
Yeah.
Humans didn't make it up out of nowhere.
Yeah, they invented it out of thin air, like science's demands, right?
No, it's all refining processes. And so once it gets to certain levels, then they call things chemicals, then they combine those chemicals, and then they have different properties to them. But yeah, everything comes from Earth. I just don't want people thinking that humans are making something up that didn't exist before. At least it doesn't. It didn't exist in the state that it's in anymore, but it came from Earth.
The synthetic oil, they just add something to the oil, and then they say, bam, it's synthetic.
Yeah, so
they get both things from the ground.
what we always recommend is if there's an ingredient within that pill that you're looking for, look for the source of where it came from, and try to get more of that in your diet if you think it's to your benefit.
That's how I switched. Yeah, I left all the protein shake powders behind. Never felt better. Here it says, we are in the midst of the longest, saddest, most excruciating and unsatisfying, quote, I told you so, end quote, in the almost 6,000 year history of the realm. Jason?
Yeah, for some people it's longer and more excruciating than others. The earlier you were calling this out as what it is and seeing and understanding what it is, yeah, it's been long, it's excruciating, and it really is unsatisfying because we've had to sacrifice our quality of life for the last couple of years for this, right?
Stop. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But one thing is for sure, we absolutely love to do it. Wouldn't trade anything in the world to fight for freedom. Well, I mean, there's a few things I might trade, but I don't want to get into that. Let's get into some nice content. We don't have any more songs till the outro, right?
Correct.
Could have had one more. I know we had the music guy had given me more. That's okay. What's going on with this one? Must be animated. What? Why is it not working? Let's go to this one for now. Maybe we'll go to thumbnail. This one says weirdness. Weirdness will make you stronger. Your dark side will keep you whole. Don't deny your feelings. Get them out. We're talking about dark and light. We're saying that this is a place of darkness. Every single day has darkness in it. For now, do not suppress it. Become one and unconditionally love your dark side. Your vulnerability will connect you to the rest of our suffering realm or world. Your creativity will then set you free. And there's nothing wrong with any of you at all. I say be weird. Bring the word weird back. I am a weird guy. Look at this art. This is weird. So, Jason, what do you think about being weird?
I'm sure people think of me as weird, because I'm a flat earther and I don't believe in atoms, and I believe that the creator is the Elohim from the Bible. So a lot of people are going to think of me as being weird for all that. I don't think I am. I'm quite okay with who I am. Let's see. It talks about your dark side will keep you whole. If you could explain that to me a little bit, because I keep on having. I can
explain it. It's very easy for me to explain.
Okay.
So, it's really simple too. Why do you think we fell? I guess it's rhetorical. We fell so that we could understand what dark suffering was, so that we could then appreciate what righteousness and comfortability would be. Obviously, like, if you can't have, so when Adam and Eve were created in the garden, they didn't even know what righteousness was. They had no idea. They just were. They didn't understand it. So, and there wouldn't have been me and you on the other side of the screen. They had to choose darkness. And it's very important to me for people to understand that point. The whole reason we're here is to embrace and understand why we don't want to be dark people through experiencing darkness, right? It's not a bad word that we need to get Jerry all capsing about, talking about pride and all this other nonsense. We're talking about the fall of mankind that Yahawahashai rescued us from, and Adam. So darkness is where you are. If you haven't looked around, you're lying to yourself. You don't think there's darkness in this realm, but you can learn to love yourself unconditionally through these moments and through your trials and tribulations and all the things that you sin in. You can all be forgiven, just like me and Jason and Christ and Adam. We're all forgiven when we have a repentant heart and we unconditionally love ourselves. So that is what the dark side means.
Thank you for explaining.
Was I getting egotistical?
No.
I'm sorry.
No. I just have an aversion to the dark side. I just always see the dark side as something to be shine the light at, and then it's gone. Then it's I don't see it keeping a person
discounting
whole.
the 6,000 years, right? That we had to go through the darkness. We can't have.
Well, no, I know we had to go through it. I just think that when you start shining a light at the darkness, it disappears. So it's not something that's going to stick around and help keep you whole.
Christ defeated it.
Yeah.
I already said that in the statement. He rescued us from this. He rescued Adam and Eve. Why do you think his rib was pierced? I don't understand why people don't get that part of it. So yes, we're all filled with darkness. We all have bad thoughts. The bad thoughts come unabated. It's because that's how the devil or Azazel attacks you. It goes in through your mind, tries to put thoughts in your head, but through meditation and through your diet, and through exercise, and through all the things we've been talking about, following what you desire, you can defeat him. We are all going to be defeating him for 1,000 years, roughly, very soon. So yes, I got super emotional. I guess you triggered me. And it brought out the fact that yes, literal dark side is what Adam chose. He chose to die. He knew that if he did what he did, he was going to die. He gave his life so that others would follow. I wouldn't be here right now if he didn't choose the dark side. So anybody who wants to put a comment below that wants to tell me I can't talk about light and dark, bring it. I want to have a debate. We can discuss why I believe you need to understand both. You would not know what glory and comfort and righteousness is if you've had it your whole life. You have to suffer. That's the whole reason we're here. It's one of the most important lessons of this whole entire 6,000 years. It's been understanding the reason we had to suffer. It's very important. Could you go to screen share for a second so I can fix this last meme? I got to do some editing switches. We'll see how fast I can do it. Sorry, guys, I got egotistical there because I know that people do say, well, you can't have light without darkness. And they come up with all these things. And I just want to say, well, what do you think we've been doing the whole time? Darkness surrounds everyone, but yet you can still become a shining light of righteousness and truth and passion and freedom. You can learn to live amongst it. Christ didn't come here for the righteous people. He came here and hung out with the prostitutes and the tax collectors and the sinners, man. I don't understand how people don't get that. He was here for the people that were in the dark side. He didn't come to save those that were already super righteous. But anyways, am I off screen? I don't understand why this turned off. Super weird. I can fix it though.
Yeah, things happen.
Yeah, it's weird. It was fine. I checked everything a bunch of times, but I can get it again. I know where to find it. Yeah, I love editing. Jason, why don't you talk a little bit about the your video that's coming up on Sunday?
Well, 5 years in the making. It what it does in under an hour, it actually turned out to be 57 minutes exactly. That the model that we've been sharing for the last 5 years really gets summarized from the aspect of how does this map and model work? How is it testable? How is it verifiable? All those types of things. So, so anytime going forward, we're going to, if somebody says, well, how does the map and model work? Here you go. This video will explain it to you. And after having watched it, you should be able to, for your own location, you should be able to test and see which way is the sun going to be rising, which day of the year, what time, all that kind of stuff, and really understand how that works. So the video before this one, the debunk video, just blew apart heliocentrism, and it blew apart the the Freemason flying pancake through outer space. So those two models of reality have been thrown out the door. And
way too many holes everywhere. It's leaking like a sieve.
So we need to have a working model of reality and a map. There has to be a map. And you're going to see that we've been sharing it for the last 5 years. It's pretty amazing, right?
I mean, you can put forth the evidence. And again, what does a tree do? It grows up and makes fruit and leaves and flowers and all types of cool things, bro. Great. Am I ready? Are we back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, I got to fix now. I love this meme. I love the placebo effect. I use it all the time. I love this term. Placebo effect. The placebo effect is one of the least understood phenomena in modern science. Yet it is something that prevails time and time again. It is literal proof that humans have the ability to heal and create outcomes solely based on belief and expectation. If that is true, imagine how much more we would be capable of if we learned how to tap into this way of being on a regular basis or in repetition. This is a wonderful meme. Jason, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, how to get that placebo effect going all the time, right? So it is a recognized phenomenon, right? Statistically, they can actually see that this works. So the placebo requires a person's belief in something. It's faith-based. And now if you start to realize that faith has an effect on how something's going to work within your body, that it makes it more powerful, right? So once you understand this, you try to use it to your advantage. And now when you have something that you want to cure, you look for something that's a plausible solution. So now all of a sudden you need to have some sort of a consensus out there. A number of people have said CBD oil has this benefit. So you look into it, you do the research seems to check out. So now all of a sudden you put faith and belief into something to the point that you actually go out and you purchase this CBD oil, and then you test it and you try it. So what this is saying here is the people that believe in its ability to help cure something, it does on a much larger basis than when it doesn't. So this is testable, verifiable, repeatable, that you can do the hidden group test, and there's going to be a placebo effect based on the people that believe in its potential, whatever cure it is.
Yeah, so they can give you a sugar pill, and your mind will think it's the whatever it is that you think you're about to take, and your body will react the way that you thought that it was going to react from the pill that you thought you were taking. This is something that's well known. So it's a super powerful manifesting meme.
It really is. Yeah, you can use this in a lot of things. It doesn't have to just be health related. You can set it up in all different aspects of your life.
Yeah, so whatever we have that's hurt, right? We can heal it through the way that we think and the way that we expect it to go, right? And we can also talk to our wounds. Say, heal, please. Be strong, you know, I need you.
And
be good, be kind.
Be careful to never set limits. Oh, that can't work. Oh, this will never work for me. No.
Make me laugh.
Right? Don't
be limitless.
Yeah, don't set those limits. Leave it open. Allow yourself to if you've done the research and there's credible sources and it looks like collectively a group of people have benefited from something like this, then try it yourself. The more you believe in it, the better chance it has of working.
The key word here is imagine. See it in your mind. Imagine what you want and do it repetitively on a regular basis. This meme is just so lit. It's such fire. I'm so thankful to put it up and share it with you guys. I'm going to practice it. I practice it all the time. But yeah, we did that. We did Keep You Weird. We're in the city of bringing weird back. You know, you see Elon Musk's.
Oh, he's weird. He's weird.
But anyways, let's go. Let's get you some new hoax. Let's zoom in on this. Boom. Jason, have you heard this one? Are you ready?
Yeah, it's a little bit off the screen at the sides, though.
What? Off the screen?
Yeah, both sides. You're going to have to be a little smaller.
The frame fit? Oh, it made the whole size different size, huh? How about that? Is that... Maybe I can go 200. Is that too big?
No, that's good.
It says atomic bombs were invented by science fiction writer H.G. Wells. There is an abundant evidence that nuclear weapons are what? A hoax. Nukes are a hoax. Shout out to Learn of the Jesuit Order. The destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki appear not to be the result of one large explosion, but rather the result of a firebombing campaign comparable in pictures to Tokyo's firebombed remains. Hiroshima and Nagasaki also never experienced anything like the hundreds, or if not that, thousands of years of radiation predicted by the nuclear Satanists. In fact, vegetation began growing within a month after the bombing, and the Japanese people began rebuilding the same day almost immediately. So let's move down. Many of the nuclear explosion videos are fake, using model trees, houses, and cars exploding on a set. Lookout Mountain Air Force Station was the only self-contained film studio in Hollywood, staffed by both military and civilian personnel. It produced more than 6,500 films for the Atomic Energy Commission and other govern your mind agencies. The Manhattan Project was a work of fantasy and louche creating fear-mongering propaganda. The nuclear war hoax was used to siphon money, and they also used it to end the so-called World War II, where you're all going to get nuked, and they made kids get into their desks and fear. Nukes do not exist. Some nuclear physicists claim nuclear weaponry is fraudulent, based solely on technical impossibilities of fission material not to be incinerated before triggering the necessary nuclear chain reaction. Akio Nakatani's book, Death Object, shows this. Also, yeah, Eric Dubay covered this, but it was Learn of the Jesuit Order who covered it first. Nuclear hoax documentary, Think. Why did they put Homer Simpson as a safety inspector at a nuclear power plant? The joke is there's nothing there to worry about. What a meme, you guys. Jason, jump in.
Yeah, we've been banging on the nukes as a hoax for a long time. And yeah, I think the first place I did hear that from was Eric Dubay. I wasn't in the truther scene like you were, and hadn't heard it before that, but I looked into it, I checked it out, and it's absolute truth. Well, we've taken it to a level beyond what Eric took it to. We pointed out that the whole concept of atoms is a psyop as well, that they're just as fake and just as CGI as heliocentrism is. So they're all false explanations for materiality. And you know, Eric sticks with the dome. He wants to still believe in physical materiality, while at the same time wanting to be able to believe in the spiritual and the reincarnation and all that kind of stuff. So he's in a contradiction, believing in atoms, but
A simulation with a dome.
but calling out that nukes are a hoax, the nuclear weapon. So one of the
It's a
things,
carrot.
one of the things that we've pointed out to people regarding what we know about the so-called nuclear material is that these radioactive metals, they actually put out a signal that a radio receiver will pick up, right? So they can put a microphone next to it and you can hear right, the static from it. And so this material, if you hold it in your hand, the raw material, it will feel warm to the touch, right? So if they refine this and refine this and refine this, like they do fentanyl, apparently what happens is they have a metal that
Zig.
they have a metal that is so hot that they can actually boil water with it. So the theory is
what?
the theory is
What?
they put these rods into a pool and then because they're so refined and they have a glow to them of warmth to the point that they can actually boil water, that they can run big, huge steam turbines and produce endless electricity without this radioactive waste. That whole thing is part of it's just like it's like viruses and all that kind of stuff. It's just a huge scare tactic fantasy.
Yes. Boom. You nailed it. Those are my talking points. Sorry for interrupting you. Right? The key points, the Simpsons, obviously, the key point that Homer is the one who's controlling the safety of the nukes, right? Galen Windsor, we've shown him many times. He was the one who helped design the steam power plants, the hydro places where, because what is it, 17,000, the expansion rate from water to steam? It's super powerful, guys.
I think it's 1,700% increase in
1,700.
volume.
I added a zero. Come on. But anyways, right? It's a lot of pressure. Steam is powerful. They took it away from us. They hid steam technology. We've covered it. You can run a whole workshop off of building you a steam engine, a whole tool and die shop off burning twigs from your front lawn. But so they had that. It also talks about how everything that they did was for fear. It's all fantasy. The Oppenheimer, the Manhattan thing. He said, oh, we've become destroyers of worlds. No, you guys came just with nothing but a lie, false emptiness. That's what you find whenever you go near the New World Order. But there was some other points here. So true explosive material like nitroglycerin, they don't use it. They don't use it. That's refining dynamite down to nitroglycerin. If you try to move it, it explodes. It killed everybody that tried to use it. If you do the research, guys, you'll see. So they don't have something that can create this ginormous amount of explosion from nothing. They don't have it. Again, we're getting into the whole Satanism where they say they've got something so powerful it will destroy cities, but they don't have any evidence of it. And when you look, all we get is this is a rising sun that they've masked and put smoke over. It's just a sunrise. That's it. And they do that all over the place. If you look into it, you'll see nothing but models and there's no evidence. There's no evidence, right? So anyways, we'll keep going here. That was a good meme. I liked it. What did you think, bro? I knew I was hoping you would like that one.
Yeah, nukes being a hoax. That's a good one to know for everybody. You can dispel a lot of fear with that.
Yeah. Now there's, we can eat uranium. He ate it or whatever. Plutonium. He ate it. He showed. He put the thing to his tongue. Look, he ate it. We're impenetrable to it. But the electromagnetic stuff they got running around, we need to have a talk about. This says, I was just doing my job. Will not work this time. You will be held accountable when the tides turn, and they always turn. The world is watching. Heaven is watching. All the angels and everything created is watching. There will be evidence. You'll be caught. You'll be held accountable. All you New World Order agents. I hope you're enjoying your yachts. How's everybody doing? Jason, what do you want to say about this one?
I was just checking out the stream for a little bit because we're having.
Well, it basically says everyone's going to be held accountable. It's all being recorded. Every choice that everyone makes. Now you can get forgiven for everything you've ever done wrong just by having faith in salvation. the Christ, right? And being a good person does count. That's how we see that you're actually on the right path. You got to do righteous things. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. It just says that everyone that's doing anything wrong right now, the tides are going to turn, the tables are going to flip. It says.
Yeah, you don't worry about the cell phones and the cameras around the streets and stuff that are recording everything that you do. Know that the creator of this world, the world that we're in, everything is being recorded. So just live your life like you're being recorded all the time. And
Well, I mean, there's privacy, bro. Let's not get me going on that.
I'm talking about
Triggered,
what the creator sees.
Yeah, of course, but he forgives you. He knows what it's like.
Yeah.
He knows everything. Guys, you can be forgiven. And there are private times. Don't get me going. Things are sacred. They're sacred. They're only shared between two people. Those things are sacred, but I'm going to continue. This one says, your rights end where my cerveza restrictions begin. Jason, what do you think of this one? I'm getting all into it, huh? Big Brother up on the screen, 1984.
Yeah, well, it's one of those important questions of your rights as a human being. So as soon as somebody else's restrictions are on you, then your rights are being infringed upon. So
yes.
It's having freedom is a very
freedom.
difficult and cherished thing, because there's always a group that's going to rise to power that wants to restrict everybody else and allow themselves to do whatever they want.
Yeah, we deserve our rights, our freedoms. We're created all in the same image to be free, not to be ruled over by tyranny. Don't want to say it wrong. Producer will give me a I'll get in trouble. It says no one rules if no one obeys the stupid rules. Nowhere in the scriptures does it tell you follow ye the stupid people, do stupid things. It does not say that in the books that I read anywhere. It tells you be wise. It says it over and over again. Think, acquire as much knowledge as you can, and do not obey anything that's against righteousness. Anything. It's so simple, you guys. It's so simple. Your heart will tell you what's righteous or not. He just wrote it in everyone you can tell. And you just don't do anything that's not right, especially what they've been doing for the last 2 years. They're all going to be held accountable, everything, because they're not going to repent. They're not going to hear our words. They're not going to meet with us. We keep asking. I've been asking for Jacob Rothschild. We're going to have a meeting. Justin Trudeau. Truth, he don't. He won't meet and talk to us. Elon Musk won't meet and talk to us about green, true, actual perpetual motion machines and using HHO to heal the environment through the exhaust. They don't want to meet with us. But you don't have to obey them. If nobody wanted to pay taxation as theft, if you haven't heard, if everyone just said walked out situation, they couldn't do anything. You just don't pay them. You boycott anything that you don't want in your life. You just cut it off. Anything. You get in your heart and your mind the things you want in your life. Anything else, you say, no, I do not want that. I don't comply. You're not bringing this in my realm. And that's how you defeat the enemy. And we can all do it together. Woohoo! We're going to forever. The enemy is going to be defeated. Jason, I'm getting all excited.
Yeah, so we can each not obey. That's what our individual right is. So when the rules come and they're not fair, they're unjust, they're anti-biblical, stuff like that, you have the ability to exercise your, you don't obey. So each person's individually doing that. If we get a bunch of people all doing that at once, then all of a sudden it totally disempowers the powers that be. So there's so many lemmings though that just follow along. So we pull back, we put the brakes on, say no, not going there. The lemmings just keep rolling forward, and we gotta right.
I like how you said don't obey. Eric, don't obey.
Yeah.
Right. But yes, if we just walk away, the house of cards falls. Let's keep going here. And we're just taking our time, man. We're going extra hours. This is we're starting festival times. Ring the bell. Festival times. This is the best time, you guys. Festival times. It says technological totalitarianism. Say that 20 times. Technological totalitarianism. I can't. Technology is great. I love it. We're watching technology tonight. This is all tech, right? Jason, you came in, you helped with in the meme roller. Jason hath made the glowing letters that I moved through the scene. Jason showed me he worked in the editor through the technology. It's great. That was so cool that he showed me how to do that. Now I've got that in my arsenal. And I threw it around and tried to move it. I thought that was so much fun, but technology is great. We can reach people through cell phones. It's way better than a pager. You got to run to a phone, throw a quarter in it, push all these buttons. You just hit one button, boom. You're like, hey, how you doing? You can talk to people. You can share your face. You can really connect with people through technology. It's great. There's going to be this technology in the kingdom. There's going to be like Kingdom Book, Kingdom Coin. All these things are going to be just righteous, right? But there's a problem with tech. Did you want to say anything before I continue?
No, it's good.
Excuse me, frog in my throat. I'll have some of my freshly ground coffee though. This one goes on to state, technology is great, but we should always be super weary of the government's use of it. 5G, TV, everything, CNN, the media, all of it's controlled by the governments. What protects our liberties today can be used as a weapon of tyranny against us tomorrow. We really need to talk about this, right? This is something that we should always be focused on standing against. And what are they doing? They're trying to roll out the CBDC, right? Central bank digital coin currencies. And they can turn it off like your electric car they want you to drive that won't let you go to the forest. Jason.
Yeah, it's a two-edged sword for sure. We use it to the advantages that we can, but the enemy who has the actual control of it, so do they. So all we can do is use it to share truth as much and as far and as wide as possible. They have they provide the platform, they provide the service, they provide all of that stuff. So it's all by design been made to serve their purposes. We know that there's going to be a change where the creator steps in and their technology gets put to an end, right? So this is just for a time period, but right now we're in it. So I was born in 72, and computers in the classroom, I think I had that around 6th grade, something like that. And cell phones, didn't have those until, I don't know, when was that, 92, 93, something like that. And now we're at the point where the computers that we have, the videos that we can make, all these things are just, it's crazy. It really is crazy, the 3D modeling. But it's all going to be used by the enemy as means to control people, and they want to eliminate a big chunk of humanity. They want to take it down to 500 million people.
Net zero, right?
They believe that technology is going to serve them, where they're going to have the automated robot lines, and they won't need the people. Automated drivers, they won't need the people. They're going to be able to have full control of what every single person does. So that
making me feel sick.
That gets stopped. And they also, a lot of these are technocrats, like you mentioned, Elon Musk. They also believe that through technology, they're going to be able to put themselves into a virtual reality, inside the virtual reality, and thus become immortal.
Yeah, that's what their goal is. You just nailed it right on the head. That was a really, really well added point. You totally took everything that I was going to say away from me. Great
I'm
point.
sorry, brother.
But no, that's the best point. If I could think of something intelligent to say about this whole topic, is yes, I've actually researched what you're talking about. And there are these men, I wish I had recalled his name right now, They're straight up anti-Christ people. They think they're going to live forever. They're going to download their minds. What's that movie, that TV series? I actually liked it. What's that one? Oh, I can't even remember. I need to move on. They had stacks in their neck. They were able to just keep downloading as reincarnation type stuff.
Altered carbon.
Altered carbon. Thank you. Excellent memory, bro. I've got so many other things that I'm focused on. It says here, the human brain is an amazing organ. It keeps working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks a year, even when you sleep in it, working from before you leave the womb right up until you vote either Democrat or liberal or Republican or conservative. As soon as you do that, you lost your brain. It turned off.
That's funny.
Have you seen this one? Let me keep going. I thought it was funny. This one here, that's an interesting one. There is a word for the murder of citizens by their own government. It's called democide, and is the leading cause of unnatural human death. So I challenge people. I don't know if it gives you the red squiggly line under it. I don't think this word exists in Google. Jason, what do you think of this one?
The idea that governments would actually want to kill their own people, it's beyond a righteous person's ability to comprehend. But if you do the research, you'll see that the plot, the agenda, it's all there. And it was pointed out that these people that are behind that are, you know, they're being led, or they're the reincarnations of these fallen ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good choice. The ones who made the pact to destroy humanity. Great point, brother. You're on fire tonight. Did you by any chance get me a water? I'm having a bit of a battle here. Trying to get through this, but I'm not rushing.
Yeah,
I see the end on its way. I can keep talking. I can get into the next one. Jason knows this. We tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. We tried to show you, and you refused to see. We sent you videos. You refused to watch them. We sent you articles. You refused to read them. You deleted us, unfriended us, belittled us, even our own family members in some cases. But here we stand, still fighting for you that aren't awakened yet to awaken your soul. That's the goal. If you don't know the channel of the other guy here, Jason William Laufenberg, this channel is called Awake Souls. That's what we're here to do. And so are you. It's a good meme. It's true. It's truth. It's too bad I couldn't put the other meme on screen that I got thrown in jail for too. I would. Did you want to comment on this? I know you probably didn't get to hear it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Thank you for the water. It says, we tried to tell you, but you wouldn't listen. We tried to show you, but you refused to see. You turned your eyes off. Lying to you, said you were. We sent you videos and you didn't watch them. You said, it's a 2-hour video, man.
Yeah, you expect me to watch for 2 hours?
We could give you guys so many comments. We could talk about it. Or was it about comments that we were talking about disappearing and stuff? And how, was it about the views, the view count you said you were going through with the video,
well, yeah,
right?
with the trailer video. I woke up this morning and it said 44 views in YouTube, but I could see from the activity, what do they call it? The analytics, that, you know, it was saying 132 there. So everywhere I looked, there was a different number for the amount of views. And yeah, it rolled backwards throughout the day. It's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, we get to watch the statistics go backwards. That was something that was funny. There were so many things you guys don't get to see behind the channels. Dealing with censorship, because the topic tonight was censorship, right? We go through so much crazy stuff, like not knowing when you turn on your YouTube, is there going to be a flag there or whatever? They make you go and watch this stupid video. All kinds of other stuff takes place, you guys. It's a crazy feeling. This whole censorship thing has been such a ride. You know, bro? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we don't post anything that's wrong, like that is like horrific, or, you know, I keep saying it. Like, why can't we talk? This one here says, well, they're letting us right now. It says the task is not so much to see what no one has seen yet, because there's nothing new under the sun, but to think what nobody has thought yet. about that which everybody sees. That's a profound statement.
It really is.
Erwin Schrödinger.
No, that's a big one. I remember a guy from the Jehovah's Witness Church when I was younger in my teens. He was in his later 20s, maybe early 30s, and he was the cool guy in the congregation. And he always said the most funny, thought-provoking things that he just saw everything in the world from a different perspective. And so, yeah, you couldn't mimic the way he was funny because he's the one that saw something from a different perspective than everybody else, right? And then when he said it, all of a sudden, boom, everybody got it, and they're like, oh, wow. And, yeah, so to have that unique thought that isn't that collective Borg thought, it's a special thing. You got to dedicate your mind and your attention to it. I don't think it just happens naturally. So he saw the world from a different perspective and he shared it, and it was neat.
Yeah. I'm thinking, brother, we got two options here because I still have not too many, but a good chunk, a couple things I want to talk about. Probably another half an hour.
Ooh,
If I had...
I don't feel like I have a long night in me.
No? Well,
No.
you can see on the screen how much is left. Okay, we won't have a music break, but is the audio working?
Well, it should.
Like the audio capture. Just show you guys what we're dealing with when we talk about rumors of war. It's a dummy, right? It's a dummy. I'll speed it up. This one says smiling. Smiling cures. Did you know? Yes, holding a smile for just 30 seconds, even if you're not happy, smiling actually fools the brain into pushing out of depression. Also, smiling boosts the immune system to cure the physical body of disease. This is a really hard word to say. I'm going to try it. Psychoneuroimmunology. I'm going to try that word.
Psychoneuroimmunology. Psychoneuro. Immunology. Immunology is tough.
Immunology. Yeah. That's a big word, but it's actually true. Ring you the bell. Smile more. Be around people that make you smile. Not
Yeah,
feel
it's
rushed.
super
You put the time
powerful.
in.
And that's the reason why the whole mask thing, right? Everybody with common sense understood
Yes.
that it wasn't purifying the air, right? You could blow smoke right through it. It just served to cover up your smile.
Yes, and deprive you of your oxygen,
Mm-hmm.
creating all kinds of problems. But I love this meme. Beautiful. Smile more.
And
please.
it is contagious. Just like a person that yawns can set off the yawning reaction in a group of people. The person that smiles
Yes.
can do it as well.
That's a good example, brother. That's a great example. Thank you. It's true. You've seen the evidence. Yawn, all of a sudden, oh, the person next to you is like, oh, you're making me yawn now, right? This one says you will never regret being kind. It's absolutely true. You won't. This next one says you can only be controlled if you're in fear. If you're not acting out of fear or the ego, which I got triggered a few times tonight, you can make the right choices. You can't be controlled, right? That's what we're trying to help people. I don't want to be controlled. I want freedom. Did you want to comment? Not fear, freedom.
No, that's good.
Okay, I'll keep going. This next one says, how bad do things have to get before you decide to wake the fuck up? A, quite bad. B, very bad. C, extremely bad. Or D, none more bad. Which one are you going with?
None of the bads. I don't want any bads.
I thought that was funny. Come on, let's go. It's 10:36, Friday, April 8th. in the Central Standard Time, before you mock children who believe in Santa Claus, remember there are still adults who believe in anybody in government. Get you the fracking out of here. If you believe any of those people up in there on that stage, on that television, care about you. Let's keep going unless you wanted to say something about that. I
No, that's good.
Rapid fire. This one says 2 years have passed and you're still wearing the mask. I hope you guys aren't. You may be suffering from the following conditions. It says dystopia, mind control, peer pressure, misanthropy. Did I get that right? Hypochondria, virtue signaling is a big one. Culturally normalized OCD. They want everybody just constantly putting that not so good stuff for you that's clear, which I can't even say anymore. I'll probably get taken down.
Yeah, but just the overuse of cleaning supplies,
yes, all of that,
the overwashing of the body, all of these things actually take away from your body's ability to naturally heal itself.
We're pro getting dirty. We're pro that. Get dirt on you. Gardening is so healthy. You know, putting your hands in the dirt, you absorb it. You're made from that same dirt. It goes on to state dependency on the false sense of security. Put 3 masks, put 400. I remember one of the memes I saw that made me laugh so much. It was somebody with like a 200 masks on or something. It was so funny. It says addiction to the sedative effect of the mask. So as your brain is dying, makes you feel good. Let's keep going here. We don't need cameras pointed at American citizens. No, I had to cover mine and I found out there's another camera. I was like, oh, check that out. There I am on camera. Not anymore. It says we need cameras pointed at prosecutors, judges, politicians, and all public servants and all Freemasons and anyone who says that they're working for the public people in the government buildings. They are the ones who need the surveillance 24/7. I don't know. They need to have their own society. Isn't that how they started Australia? They sent all the criminals there or something. I don't know the whole story, but that could be just Freemason lore. But what do you think of this one?
Yeah, if only we had the ability to be watching the judges, politicians, all these people the same way they do us.
Subpoena.
The closed door hearings, like everything.
Yeah. Give me those tapes, right?
No backroom stuff whatsoever. All the recordings.
Everything. All the dealings you're saying. So when I meet you, okay, we'll loosen his sentence if, I guess, what are you going to do? Offer me like hockey tickets or something? Like, how does it go on? We want to see. What are you guys doing? Let's go quicker. This one is a re-up that I had already remixed. A spiritual awakening is not usually pleasant. In the book of Thomas, it talks about it'll hurt your belly. It's painful to find out we're in this crazy realm. Often it feels like confusion, frustration, anger, sadness, grief, or being at a place. This can be uncomfortable and challenging because it's an intense time of personal growth. But despite how difficult it may feel, you're not going crazy. You're actually evolving into an awakening being, awakening your soul. Let's keep going. Did you know if you're having problems sleeping, try this method. I'm going to try it too. It says inhale for 4 seconds. Hold your breath. I'm not going to do it right now, but hold your breath for 7 seconds and then exhale slowly for 8 seconds and repeat. This will relax your body right to sleep. Now I know Jason will say, I don't need that. You just pass out. You don't even move. You wake up the same spot, right? Totally rejuvenated.
Well, I do focus on how I sleep. Yeah.
Yes. You put a lot of work and effort mentally into preparing yourself to sleep just like this. But I'm going to try this breathing thing when I have problems sleeping. Let's keep going. We're almost done. Whoever said you can't make this up obviously never worked for CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, NPR, or the Washington Post, or every other journalistic publication in the realm that's promoted any of this nonsense, promoted any hoaxes, any propaganda. You're all making it up. And it's disgusting. I posted this and I copied from Wikipedia every single publication I could find.
And the funny thing is you'll hear these news anchors and stuff. You can't make this stuff up. Like they literally say it as they've made it up, right?
It was Jeff C. from Montreal. Me and him used to troll each other about the Leafs and the Habs. His line was, "You can't make this shit up, but they can." And he would say it passionately. Shout out to Jeff C. and the whole We'll Do It Live crew. This one says you could tell it's a real Ferrari because it looks so fake, Elon. Welcome to Texas. Welcome to Austin, Elon.
And he pulled that same joke at his thing in Austin yesterday, too.
Let's keep going. I got a Ferrari for sale, Elon. This one's good. 7 stages of flat earther. Number 1, no way it's flat. Number 2, maybe it's flat. Number 3, it might be flat. Number 4, it couldn't be flat. Number 5, it's probably flat. Number 6, pretty sure it's flat. And number 7, it's definitely flat. If I'm saying it's a sphere, you know I've been mentally compromised. It's a good meme. I liked it. It's also symbolic because you have some scenes in your video coming up on Sunday with this similar picture.
Truman makes an appearance in the video.
And he's doing something similar. I don't know, guys. Manifesting sometimes works in amazing ways. Let's look at this one here. It says Pfizer warns a 4th booster for your Ebola is needed if you haven't already croaked. Let's keep going. This one says there's no such thing as government funded. It's all taxpayer funded. Stolen. The government does not create wealth. It steals it and then spends it like a drunken sailor. Jason, did you want to comment on that one? We're almost done.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Taxation is theft, inflation, usury. It's diabolical. It's abominable to me. Always be kind. If you see someone falling behind, walk beside them. If you see someone being ignored, find a way to include them. If someone has been knocked down, bend down and give them your hand. Lift them up. Always remind people of their worth. When you see people doing good things, tell them, hey, you're doing good things. Be who you needed when you were going through hard times. Anyone who suffered knows that they can do this. Just one small act of kindness could mean the world to someone, and you actually fuel yourself off of it. It happens where nobody can see it. It's a private thing. Let's go. This is the most beautiful one. This is so well written. This is something that we try to talk about all the time. Mastering your own feelings. Master them, right? You have the ability. It says if you are feeling down, ask yourself, what is wrong within this very moment? Jason brought up earlier, being in the moment, in the now, is the best way to be. It says chances are you're upset about something that happened in the past, or you're anticipating. That's the key word here. Anticipation becomes manifestation. You want to anticipate good things. It says anticipating something that might happen in the future. But is there anything wrong within this exact moment? It says probably not. So what's the best thing to do? Stop worrying. Let go of the fear. Breathe it out and breathe in comfort. Let go of your worrying. If there is something wrong with that exact moment, guess what? This meme has 3 things that you can do to fix it. It's great. We don't just like to read things. We like to give options. I like options. Jason, do you like options?
Yeah. Well,
right.
Somebody's already laid them out for you. So you got a couple things to consider, right?
Yeah, there's 3 options. So when there's something going on in that exact moment, boom, it's in the now. I've been practicing. Here it is. Got to deal with something. It says 1, remove yourself from the situation. I'm out, right? You can defend yourself and run, kick, quick poke in the eye, quick kick in the nuts, whatever you got to do. You can do it and run. You're out. You removed yourself from the situation. 2, stay where you are and fix what's wrong. There's an option. You can try to come up with a solution right there. Or 3, accept what is and stay or move on. These are your 3 options. I guess it's kind of 3 or 4, but it's really beautiful. What do you think of this meme?
Yeah, it's interesting because it's almost verbatim what I've been saying for a long time. Anybody that's ever been in a difficult situation for the last, I don't know, what has it been? Maybe 6-7 years. I always tell them, well, what's wrong with this moment? Are you bleeding? You missing an appendage? Or what is it that's wrong at this moment? And typically there's nothing wrong with that actual moment. They're just dealing with something that's happened, or they're anticipating something coming up. And so I just always remind them, if it's happened already, now you're the one that's choosing to continue to think about it. And if it hasn't happened yet, well, who knows if it's even going to happen. So by taking yourself and putting yourself in the moment of now that's not so bad, usually, the person ends up calming down and realizing, oh, okay, I got some space to have some control here. I can actually control my thoughts. So master your feelings. Those three options, three, maybe four, those are your options. That's it. So you can throw any situation at it. You say marriage. Number one, you can remove yourself from the situation. So divorce would be an option. 2, stay where you are and fix what's wrong. So that's the biblical course right there. And accept what is and stay or move on. So that's really just like letting things go. Just, can you let it go? So feelings are controllable, right? You might feel like they just rush up and they're beyond your control, but that's not true. You can actually be the master of your feelings. So the negative ones that come up that you don't want to feel anymore, you can figure out through those 3 techniques how you can not have to deal with those negative emotions or feelings anymore. And it's a great
To me, it's so beautiful, because I'm getting emotional here. The words are like the flowers below them. Okay. Anyone that's ever had trauma in their life, or anything that's ever happened to you seriously, or you've suffered, know that this is absolutely the most beautiful words you could string together. This is true healing words. These are the basics for any single thing that we can encounter, whether it be abuse, psychological, physical, mental, anything that you've ever been through. If you repeat these 3 steps in your mind, you can get through anything. And that's why I thought to put flowers like this behind it, because I swear to you guys, I would love to plant these. I like to cut grass exactly like this. And I saw this picture. I was like, that's so beautiful. And the words, to me, this is an important thing, because I don't know about you guys, but I've been through a lot of trauma. I really have. I can't lie to you guys. I'm getting all emotional here. I don't know if I spat on the mic there. I don't think I did. I've been through a lot of trauma, and I know I've been through a lot of trauma. Even recently, I got hurt, and I did these things, and it was, Jason, you're right there. What's wrong in the moment? Are you going to be like, what's worse? Sometimes you get that heart palpitation, and through breathing, you can calm yourself down, and you remember these things. I'm okay right now, and if it's too bad, you'll just be out cold. Okay. I'll let you know. If you can stay calm in any situation, if you can remove yourself from whatever's wrong, maybe it's not physical, maybe it's mental. You can be traumatizing your own self through your thoughts, through anticipation. This is so important for people to understand, that when you think things, you actually create them. You have a powerful mind. That's why Christ was always telling us to watch ye your thoughts, because he said to them, a bunch of guys were like, stone that whore, stone her to death. All these scribes and righteous men were standing there. And he went up to them and he said, who of you have not sinned against a woman in your mind? How is it any different than what she did? Any of you who hadn't sinned against a woman in his mind, be the first to throw your stone at her. And they all dropped their stones and left. And it's absolutely about your thoughts. So don't anticipate bad things. Think the glorious things. Think the highest you can think. What are you created for? That is the goal here. I thought this was super beautiful. I love it. I wanted to share it with the world. Someone else wrote this. I'm just sharing it. And I put some colors on here, and I liked it, bro. What do you think? I'll move on if you've said all that you want to say.
Yeah.
I thought that was a beautiful meme. The last one of the week, we went a whole almost hour longer. The end song's really good too. It's about new era. It says, even the strongest hands can lose their grip. The greatest of minds can become cloudy. And the biggest of hearts can crush and break. So just be kind. Always be kind, and you can never get in trouble or do anything wrong. You won't owe any debt to anything. It's simple to do. It's free. It's got to be like an anthem to me. Just be kind. I love it when people are kind. It makes me happy. I eat it like food. Be kind to everyone. And remember these 3 simple steps. When you go through anything, no matter what we go through forever, for the rest of time, you can either take yourself out of the situation, move, run, get out, do what you have to, take care of you first. 2, stay where you are and fix what's wrong. If you love the person or the situation you're in, it could be your own self, right? You got to fix it, right? Or accept it. Okay, you know, I'm going to do that, which I don't really want to ever really tell anyone to do, or move on. And the best thing to always do is be kind. So if you want to take the screen share whenever you're ready, I really enjoyed tonight. I thought it was some great content. I'm thankful for the whole team, everybody that helped produce this and come up with this content. You guys are amazing stuff. If I had to say, it would be hung up as banners in the kingdom of heaven. If I had to say, I would project this on the side of Elon Musk's big building. And I would build HHO machines and all this other green technology, true green technology. But bro, I had so much fun tonight. I'm so sorry that I dragged it on. I know you're probably hungry and stuff too, right? But
Yeah.
I didn't want to rush it. I felt like because we're heading into a festival time and I was just really excited and I saw the content, you know, I could have put 30 or 40 more.
Ooh.
I really could have. Bro. We missed so much truth. I just tried to get as much out as I could. Thank you, bro. I'm sorry.
All right. No, it's been fantastic. And we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Be looking for us Sunday evening, 8 p.m. Central on Beyond Flat Earth. And then we'll go live after the premiere of the new video. And yeah, to everybody that makes it, you know, thank you. Thank you for watching, paying attention. We appreciate you. Where's the only place anybody's going to hear any of this, brother?
Well, first, the last song by The Fame, it's called Era. Excuse me. A new era is about to happen. And you only heard this on Yahawahashai News Network.
An old friend told me one day there will be a door closing in your face. But when the curtain calls, it doesn't mean the end, it's just another day. It's been a tough few years, we've dried too many tears, but we got through it all the same. Most people come and go for reasons we don't know. So if we never meet again, let's make a toast to the good and the bad, the memories we made, the friends that we have and lost along the way. So raise a glass and say it's the end of an era and the start of another. My mother told me sometimes pain is what you need to see the other side. And I watched my father work his hands to the bone some nights until he'd cry and say that's just life.